Good evening, fellow vapors. This is Cass, and today I'm back at you with a hardware review. Yes, they are few and far between, but I really enjoy them when I get them. So today we are going to be looking at the Squid Industries V3 double barrel. Now I'm going to throw some lovely filmed footage of this device. It's easier than holding it up to the camera, so I'm going to throw that up there now. So what we have got is a 150 watt dual 18650 mod. It is 25 millimeters in diameter where you would screw in your RDA or tank. As you can see, it is quite an interesting shape. You've got this sort of double barrel shape. And what we're going to do now is we are going to take a close look at it. We're going to pull it apart, have a look, see the functions, see the screen and the buttons and how it all goes together in the up and close in just a second. This I have purchased myself, so this was not given to me for the purposes of the review. I wish it was, but no, this I actually purchased myself, and we're going to be taking a nice in-depth look, and then we're going to come back up. We're going to talk over the pros and the cons, and we're going to see whether it's something that you think you might want to get. Here we go for the up and close on the Squid Industries double barrel V3. All right, this is the box for the Squid Industries double barrel V3. Let's take a look inside. Here we've got an instruction manual on how to use it. So it looks like some tank protector rings there, so that'll protect the top of your mod from the bottom of your ATI getting scratched, etc. And in here we have the mod itself. Now, in the spirit of transparency, I have been using this for about, I don't know, a week or so now, and it is a little worn around the bottom here, but it is basically brand new. Okay, so this is the device itself. I went for the navy blue colour, and to look at it, it is very, very pretty. You've got this sort of, I don't know if you can see through there, you can kind of see, if I put my hand behind it, you can kind of see there's actually a gap there. They've actually put this gap in there, which is, you know, battery venting and things like that. It just allows for a bit of safety. But you've got the Squid Industries engraved across the front there. You've got the button, and on top we have we've got our 510. We have the screen itself, and this is the switchable button here. Now, over its predecessor, they've made a few upgrades. So this 510 is now sealed. There were a lot of problems with the V2 where juice would get into it and it would wreck it. This screen is now flush, and it is also 25mm wide, so it will take your 25mm ATIs. Things like the Berserker, for example, is 25mm. That sits on there flush, and that's it. The other upgrades is they've now got a hinged door, as opposed to a door which just fully slid out. So this one actually slides out and swings open like so. Oh, bit dusty. There we go. And they've improved some of the battery contacts. This is a series regulated mod. So what you can essentially see is this is a contact here, and your power goes up, along and down. So you're going to get a lot of power. This is a 150 watt mod, and it will go all the way up to 150 watts, and it is made of steel. So you've got this really weighty feel to it, which is really, really nice. It doesn't feel cheap at all. Now, these shiny bits here were matte. This is obviously the high traffic area for your hands. So when it fits in your hand like that, you've got this nice solid grip, which is absolutely wonderful. It feels like a premium product. And it is a premium product when you sort of look at the price of it. So let's pop some batteries in and have a look at some of the features. So that just flips open. Now, on this, it says positive and negative. So your positive is actually going to be this slot here. So we'll put one battery in there, one battery in like that, push it down. Now this is a bit of a tough one, but you push and then slot it in, and the actual spring action of the batteries holds that tight. I've never had that come undone on me. So flip it up, there's the screen itself. And this one had the Berserker on it, so it's at 18 watts. You click it, obviously it says check atomizer. Now what we can do is, depending on which way you like your screen rotated, 3 clicks will flip the screen. There we go. And what we can do here is just adjust. So each click is 1 watt, is increments of 1 watt. So you don't get any point, like 25 point, whatever. They've just done away with that. It's literally increments of 1 watt. And this will go all the way up to 150. Now, if you're looking to get from 1 wattage to another quickly, it ain't going to happen with this. But to be honest with you, I don't really care. I sort of set an ATI on it or a tank and leave it there. Let's go all the way up until I'm done with it, and then I will switch it down. I'm not someone who switches often, so it's not really a big deal for me. Now, you might say, well, where are all the other modes? And there literally are none. There are no other modes. It is wattage mode only. And that's what I like about it. There's nothing complicated. So I just turn it, it's easier to do it this way. Turn it back down. There we go. All the way down. And you can do this. I mean, this click thing, you might think, well, what if you accidentally knock it and turn your wattage up? To be honest with you, I've never accidentally adjusted it by more than 1 or 2 watts. Nothing that's going to cause any damage, and even then it's, you know, you have to really give it a little grip with the tips of your fingers to turn it. So if there was any con to that, it would be this can be a little tricky to turn, but really it's not too bad at all. You've got this beautifully powder coat, Cerakote sort of finish to it, and it's only just starting to come off on the edges where it's sat on my desk. Battery indicator, and if you decide, oh well, I like it, and you are worried about accidentally turning it off, 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, will lock it. You can still fire it, but you cannot adjust it. As you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4 does it again, and then to turn it off is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super easy. So let's put a tank on it and see how it is. Let's use the tank protector rings. Got to protect the top of that tank because it is nice. There we go, just plop them on there. You do get 2. I don't know why you get 2. I've been using both because why not? Screw that down, and look, that is completely flush. And that gold tank does look quite good on there. It is a very tall mod, I'll be honest. It is a tall mod, but it fits nicely in the hand when you're using it, and that's it. Fire button's exactly where you want it to be. You've got the screen. Turn it on, and then I like to have it so that when I'm vaping it, I can see the screen right in front of me like that, and that works well. And it says, like I say, this is a 25mm Berserker, and it fits absolutely flush on top of there, like so. Really easy. You want to change your batteries, just pop it out, and out come your batteries, back in again, push, and change. Really not that hard. And I've never had that. I mean, you can shake it, and that ain't coming out. And that is pretty much it for the Squid Industries double barrel V3 mod. It is beautifully made, it is beautifully simple, it's safe, and it's very pretty. It feels like a premium product. This is a weighty product for what is any comparable sized dual battery mod. It does have some weight to it, and that may put people off, but maybe people want something that they know that they've got something. You know, it's not always nice to have a plasticky feeling mod that you've spent loads of money on. This one, you definitely feel like you've got what you paid for. It comes in a bunch of colors. You get, let me just find it. So you get a champagne color, you get a green, a black, Arctic camo, which looks kind of cool, and then obviously the blue. The champagne is sort of like a beigey gold color, or a pinky gold color. Yeah, there we have it. The Squid Industries double barrel V3 mod. Right, let's go back up to the top, and we'll talk about the pros and the cons, if there are any cons, and go from there, I suppose. Awesome. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. So we've had a little up and close look at the V3. What do you think? It's very pretty, isn't it? I mean, it's quite a solid lump. You've got this beautiful Cerakoting on the outside. This happens to be navy blue. It comes in green, it comes in silver, it comes in black. I will put a link to somewhere that you can buy it from, and you can see all the color options there. As you can see from what you've just seen on the table, this is simplicity in a mod. They haven't done, you know, they've done away with charging ports. They have done away with temp modes and updates and all that bollocks. It is wattage mode. You can lock it, you can turn it off and on, and you can flip the screen around to your desired preference, you know, either facing you or facing away from you, whichever you prefer. And I think because it's simple, that's what makes this mod probably the closest mod I've ever owned to a perfect mod. Now, let's go over the pros first, and then we'll go over the cons, you know. Yeah, let's do it that way around. So the pros are, it is lovely in the hand. Because it is quite narrow and quite tall, you feel like you get a really good grip of it. It feels comfortable. The firing button is in exactly the right place where you want it. I thought when I got this that I was going to be accidentally adjusting the wattage with my fingers accidentally. It hasn't happened once. Literally hasn't happened once. So really impressed with that. Battery life on this is good. I mean, at the moment I am running a Wake Mod Co Littlefoot RTA. It's running literally at 12 watts, and it's been going 2 days on this set of batteries. So, you know, it's not a hard pull through it, but it will quite happily do 150 watts, obviously at a reduced battery life because you're using more power. The battery door at the bottom opens very easily. Batteries slide out, as you can see, and batteries slide in again. The only thing is, can be quite tricky to get this door closed, and then once you pushed it all the way down, slide it across. You don't have to worry about damaging your batteries because the posts on the other end, the terminals, are slightly sprung, so they'll take the spring of the door there. I haven't had it pop open once. I was fully expecting it to pop open because obviously there's no locking mechanism on there, but purely the pressure of the batteries pushing back against the door, they keep it closed. This Cerakote is wonderful. I love the matte blue. I am a little worried that this Cerakote off the bottom here is going to wear out. but I don't think that's going to be so much of an issue, simply because I think it's going to age beautifully as it does wear. Obviously around the button, around some of the edges, it's going to start to wear out, and I think that's going to look awesome because it is metal under here. There's nothing plastic about this at all. It fits a 25mm tank, no problem. I think this at the moment is 24mm, and it actually comes with, although you can't really see it here, you'll have seen it in the up and close, you actually get like a protection ring to protect it from the top, protect your tank from the mod and vice versa. The screen, there we go. The screen, it just says Squid and then it goes to your wattage mode. There's no messing around. 5 clicks on and off, 4 clicks to lock it and unlock it, and then 3 clicks to spin the screen. Literally it. I like this. It's not, you know, it's quite hard to get a little purchase on the button here, but once you get it, you're just clicking up and down. However, if you do want to go from say 20 watts up to 120 watts, you are going to be spinning that thing for a while. There's no quick way to do it. 1 click equals 1 watt. So be prepared for that. However, it's really, really comfortable in the hand. The button is nice. Look, listen, I'll put it next to the microphone. Really clicky. There's nothing wobbly about that. It feels nice and solid. Last thing that remains to be seen is let's have a vape on it. It's consistent, there's no ramp up time, you press the button and it's there. It's a very simple chip. They haven't had to advertise hard hitting or fast firing. You press the button, you get the power. No messing around. And it really is that simple. And in this case, simplicity is perfection. Putting the Cerakote potentially wearing off to one side, it seems like it's been Cerakoted very well. Out of the box, there are no marks on it. There's no scratches. I can start to see where it's getting shiny from my hand use, but that's possibly just a bit of hand dirt or whatever it is from, you know, handling the mod itself. One con is it is quite weighty once you get some batteries in it, but if you're not afraid of having a bit of a heavier mod, it definitely feels like you've got something in your hand and you're not going to lose it. It's going to feel like it's in your pocket. It's going to feel like it's in your jacket, and you're not going to be missing it going, oh God, where did I put that? Oh, I don't remember, because it's too light to feel. You know that this is there. Now, I think if you were to put, I mean, obviously this is a very diddy tank. If you were to put a much larger tank on this, obviously this is going to make this mod look quite sizable, and that may not be for everyone, but it can take quite a wide mod. Now, in my previous review of the 6LIX range, I had the Alpha RDA on, which is quite a squat, quite a wide little RDA, and that looked fantastic on it. And I think this tank does. You know, black and gold goes with everything, and you've got the matte blue. I love the matte blue with the Squid Industries logo. It's perfect. So, price point. Now, I've seen it from anywhere between about 80 to 90 pounds. You might be able to get it cheaper elsewhere. Is that expensive for a dual battery mod? Yes, it is a little on the expensive side, but as soon as you pick it up, as soon as you feel that workmanship and the weight behind it and the premium feel of the button, the way it works, you're going to think that that's worth every single penny. I did. I know that I think if I lost this, would I buy it again? 100%. It feels like a quality product. It doesn't feel like any of that plasticky Chinese crap that falls apart after 3 months of use, or the buttons fall off, or the lacquer comes off it, or any of that bollocks. You don't get that feel with this. This feels like it's going to outlast you. You know, I've had cars that have felt cheaper than this. And for 90 quid, I mean, when you've got mods out there like billet boxes and SQs where you're dumping 150, 200, 300, 400, 500 pounds to get something like this that will take your bigger tanks, it will take your bigger RDAs, it will do 150 watts, no problem at all. And for it to feel so solid, 90 quid is nothing. I mean, I've got an E-Cig mod. There is a review on my channel of it somewhere. That's dying. That was a 90 quid mod, and that's already dying, and it doesn't feel half as solid as this does. And that's a DNA chip mod. This has got its own proprietary chip. It's simple. I mean, there's nothing flashy about it, and that's what I like. It's not trying to look flashy. It just does what it says it does. It's the nearest to perfect that I've ever had a mod come, and for that, I am very, very impressed, and I think you will be too. Now, there was an issue with the V2.1s where juice would get ingressed into the chip and it would kill the chip eventually. They've changed the manufacturing on this so that it is now fairly watertight. The other thing that helps stop getting juice into the 510 is that little protector ring, so it's not going to sit between your tank and the mod. It's going to sit between your tank and the protector ring, and then you can take the protector ring off and swap it, or wash it even, not swap it out. You do get two, and you can stack them up if you've got a longer 510, or if you want the protection, but you you know, you've got a short 510 on there, you can just put one in there. It's still going to protect just as well, but it's going to be slightly lower profile. However, as you can see, you can barely see it on there. So really, really impressed with that. And I think that said pretty much all I need to say about it. I mean, it's a very simple mod. And until you pick one up, until you vape one, until you hold one, I don't think you can quite understand what I mean. So go get yourself one. I'll try and find a link to somewhere that you can buy these quite easily. They are going fast from everywhere. I think the black one is like out of stock pretty much everywhere I found it. So if you found it somewhere else, drop a link in the description below. I will be reading these and replying. If you've got one, let me know what you think. Let me know how you think it compares to the 2.1. I never owned a 2.1, so I can't compare to it, if you see what I mean. But let me know. So let's have another quick vape, and then I think we'll wrap this up. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful, worth every penny. So thank you for watching. That has been the Squid Industries double barrel V3 dual 18650 mod. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, please hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's going to let you know when I upload, and I've got some cool things on the way for you guys. And don't forget to check out any of my other videos on the channel. There's generally something for everyone. So thank you again for watching. My name has been Cass, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.